As it mentions over here, cloud computing is nothing but a tool which enables ubiquitous, convenient, and on-demand access to a shared computing resource, network, service, storage, or any other type of application and services with minimum effort or managerial requirement. So what I'm trying to say is that in simple terms, if I have to define what is cloud computing, I would say cloud computing is nothing but storing and accessing anything, any kind of data or application over the internet rather from the storage device of your system. For example, you open a Word document in your laptop or a computer, correct? Or even in your smartphone, for example, you go to your gallery and you open a photo. Where is that photo stored? In your storage of your smartphone. Similarly, if you open a Word doc, for example, I've opened a PPT, PowerPoint presentation using this laptop. Where is this PPT stored? The PPT is stored in my pen drive. It's in a storage device. But I am saying, what if all these things are stored somewhere else and I access that over the internet? Understood? Best example is your Gmail, Yahoo Mail, whatever mailing service that you make use of. On your email, you have tons of data, information. It could be files, folders, emails, messages, whatever you have required. Okay. Similarly, your Google Drive as well. Aren't you storing documents? Aren't you storing photos in your Google Drive? Or if you're using an iPhone, you'd have your iCloud. Now, as long as you have access to an electronic device and access to internet, don't you think you can access everything which is present in your email from whatever device that you're making use of? Correct? Don't you think you can open your email on this system, you can open your email on my smartphone as well, you can download photos, you can view all the photos and folders as well. But if you want the PPT that I'm using, can you do it? Can you access it over the internet? Absolutely not. It is there only in my pen drive. So that is the difference. That is what I'm trying to say. Cloud computing is when whatever you are accessing is stored somewhere far away. For example, if it is Gmail that you're making use of, it is stored in Google's servers somewhere in USA and you are accessing them over the internet. So whenever you access content, so whenever you access anything, I just gave you the example of photos and documents. So whenever you access a network, a service, a storage, an application or any other kind of service over the internet, then it is known as cloud computing. Is this clear? Simple to understand. Nothing else. Instead of it being stored in your physical hard drive, it is stored in the hard drive of some company or someone else somewhere else. You are accessing it over the internet. Don't go by the literal name of cloud computing. Nothing is there in the cloud. Okay. I think there's an MLA or MP. There's one government program known as Makeraj. Okay, so in some TV news interview, so this interviewer asked I think it was an MLA itself. So he asked the MLA about the cloud computing program of the government. So he was like, "Adenge modadalla, modadinda internet barata, adenge." He literally asked. Okay, so modadalla. It's just a name known as cloud computing. Okay, so don't get confused saying that just because it is a cloud computing and you can access it anywhere, you can access it from the clouds from anywhere. That is not going to happen. You need access to internet, you need access to an electronic device to do that. So here we have two types of cloud. One is known as a private cloud, the other is known as a public cloud. Okay, now you are accessing something over the internet. If that access is restricted only to few individuals, then it is known as private. For example, it is your home is there. Access is restricted only to the residents, the people who are staying into your house. It is a private place. If you take a park, I can go, you can go, anyone can go. That becomes a public cloud. Are you able to understand? For example, and maybe some of you are already working. Say, for example, you are working with IBM or State Bank of India. Then they would have some application. That content is also accessed over the internet. But do I have access to it? I don't have access to it. Do you have access to it? You don't have access to it. It is only restricted to the employees of that organization. Hence, it is known as a private club. Similarly, Gmail, if you take, or YouTube, if you take, videos are available on the online. I can access YouTube videos, you can access YouTube videos. I can access email service by Google, you can also access email service by Google. That becomes a public club. When you create a private cloud within a public cloud, then it is known as virtual private cloud. Park madhil nan mane katkondre, then it is virtual public cloud. For example, take Gmail. Okay. So I can access Gmail, you can also access Gmail. It is a public cloud. But Google offers services, for example, like a business suite. Okay. For example, if you wish to send an email to the institute, I think it is bangalore@gmail.com. Okay, fine. Let me say you wish to contact the institute. Let us say it is Bangalore IAS@gmail.com. This is their email address. Okay, so tomorrow they will make a lot of money. They go big all over India. Okay, so they have a lot of money. Now they wish to be professionals. Okay, so BIAS@gmail.com chanagiralla. They will make it what? Support at BIS.com. Understanding? Correct? If you wish to contact faculty, for example, now what will you do? You will take my name, Rajesh Ponnappa @gmail.com. Okay, but they will give me now, Rajesh Ponnappa . Now the thing is that you might think BIS.com is some other entirely new email domain, but no. They will go to gmail.com, just like you and me. They'll go to gmail.com, the same web page. In the username, they will type support@bis.com, and then they will type in the password. The same Gmail that you are able to see, they will also see. So they are basically using Gmail. But at BIAS.com is restricted. To whom? Only to people of the institute, only to people who are teaching at the institute. So then that becomes a virtual private cloud within a public cloud. I'm just giving you a very vague and, what do you say, I wouldn't even call it a perfect example for virtual private cloud so that you are able to easily understand. I'm just giving you some examples. I hope you understand. Virtual private cloud is when you create a private cloud within a public cloud, where again access is restricted to few within that public cloud. Understood? Extra? Cloud storage. If you want, for example, in Google Drive, if you're taking too many pictures and it gets full, Google Drive, I think it has 15 GB or something, if I'm not wrong. 15 GB, right? Drive is 15 GB. If you want, you have to purchase more. So, cloud computing is actually of three types. Okay. We call it as infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. I think if you've done CS or IS, I'm pretty sure, I think it should be part of your syllabus. You have already done it, you'll have more understanding and knowledge about cloud computing. You have CS? IS, you will have more. If you have any doubt, you can just talk to him after class. Okay? So here, we have three categories of cloud computing. First one is known as software as a service. Software as a service. Now, software as a service is what? Software as a service is nothing but a distribution model, a software distribution model where a particular software is hosted by the vendor and it is made available to the user on the other end, which can be accessed through the internet. So again, if you take Gmail, Gmail is an electronic mail application. It is an application, correct? That application is made available by Google, which you and me can access over the internet. Then we can call it as software as a service. A software is also basically used to what? Generally to produce an application. So in this case, an email service is provided over the internet. Hence, we can call Gmail as software as a service. Is this clear? Now, the most important thing about software as a service is that the user is end customer. Who makes use of Gmail? We. After us, there is nobody else. So, software as a service is generally meant for end customers, and providing this software through cloud computing can have certain advantages. For example, updates and patch management is automatic. Now, if Google wants to improve Gmail, do they have to come and sit in each and every laptop and each and every smartphone of yours and update Google for you? Not required. For example, if you're using an Android device, the Android software is installed in your smartphone. Every once in a while, you might have an Android update. You have to update it manually. You'll get a notification saying that there's an update available. You have to update it. You can choose. Okay. But when it comes to Gmail, do you have an application? That application app, if it is installed in your smartphone, then you can update it. I'm talking about that Gmail applications which you can access over the internet. For example, you go to you type in www.gmail.com, not the app. I'm not talking about the app. App, once again, you have to update it yourself. Correct? That newer versions of Gmail will be automatically available to you. Plus, it is easier for them to administrate centrally. See, the whole thing about computing is centralization. Everything is centralized, and since everything is centralized, management becomes easy, administration becomes easy, data security is also greater. Since everything is in one place, it becomes easier for the product company to protect it against hacking, leakage, or any other kind of a threat. But what is the disadvantage? In case there is an attack, and if the attack is successful, everything is lost. Since it is centralized. Similarly, compatibility, there is no issue. You can access Gmail on a laptop, on a smartphone, on iPhone device, on Android device, on Windows device, whatever it is. There is compatibility. You can collaborate it. For example, they can give you business suite, global accessibility. You can access Gmail from wherever you want. That is the advantage. So please remember, software as a service, it is meant for end customer. Then we have something known as platform as a service. Okay. Now, earlier in software as a service, we saw what? We saw the availability of a software, a program, or an application which is available to be used over the internet. Here also we have something which is available over the internet to be made use of. The difference is that here it is a platform which is available for usage over the internet. Platform is meant to create something which can be made available for others. And for example, take Google App Engine. The Google App Engine is used for what? It is used to make apps, Android apps. You would have so many apps in your smartphones, right? So I think what most not C++, is C++ apps? And what coding do they use? C++. Is Java? Okay, maybe what Java and Python. Okay, whatever. It is Java or Python. So whatever coding that you're going to use, you can use that coding on Google App Engine to make an app. Okay, if you know coding, you can create in your own app and make it available on Play Store. Now, the Google App Engine is available for you to access over the internet. But it is not just an application, but it is an application to create some software, some program, or some application. Hence, this becomes a platform. Because this is used to create something which can be made available once again over the internet to be accessed. Are you understanding? Is everyone understanding online also? For example, I can use Google App Engine to come out with my own email service. For example, BIS mail anta. This can be provided over the internet. This becomes software as a service. This is platform. So platform is used by developers to make something for end users. This is not meant for end users. Do you and me make use of Google App Engine? No. Google App Engine is used by developers to build something for end users. Clear? So again, enables frequent changes to features and upgrading them. For example, if I create an app, or if they create an app tomorrow for NammaKPSC app, for example, okay, so they can update it from anywhere they want. It is not that they have to come to the institute, sit on the institute's computer system itself, and then update the app. That it's not necessary. They can update the app from wherever they want it. As long as they have access to an electronic device and an internet, they'll be able to access a platform. Through the platform, they'll be able to do it. So services can be obtained from different sources, cost effective, similar advantages. Okay. Now here, physical infrastructure is made available to be used online. Physical infrastructure itself. Okay. For example, again, this institute becomes very big. Okay. This is only IS institute, for example, for all over India. They'll be handling so many students. They'll have so much of data. They have to do so many things. Correct. So they'll need servers to accommodate everyone. Or take your university itself. Exam time, there's a rush, or else nobody ever visits your university's website. It's only during result time, whatever it is. So you know that you need, the server must be capable of handling the load. So there are two ways. Either you purchase the physical infrastructure, you keep the servers within your vicinity. For example, they keep all the servers here in this building. Or they can hire the services of someone else, where they can rent servers of someone else. Do you understand? For example, they can either purchase a plot of land, build a building on that, and then run the institute, or for the time being just rent a building. If the business goes, rent more space. If the business is not going well, rent a smaller space. So that is what I'm trying to say. For example, so similarly, they can either purchase physical servers, keep it in your place, use it, or take the help of Google or Amazon, because they have servers which they have already purchased, hire servers from them. So that is physically meant for you. For example, their storage space, whatever the storage is there or server is there, it is meant only for you. So it is like you are renting the physical infrastructure itself. Just like you are renting this. So what is the advantage? Flexibility. Tomorrow if the business grows, you can hire more. Sumne, if you build 10 stories, tomorrow if the business doesn't go well, what is the use? Correct? So the same thing. So if you want more space, you can rent more physical infrastructure to give you more space. So here, infrastructure itself is made available over the internet. So you can access this storage space, meaning physical hard drives or physical servers are available for you. They're meant only for you. Tomorrow, if you opt out of it, it will be rented out to someone else. So physical infrastructure is made available online. Then it is known as infrastructure as a service. So this is meant for whom? System admins. Correct? It makes sense, right? Not developers, not end customers, it will be system admins. Okay. So the central government, understanding the importance of cloud computing, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology came out with their central program, called it as Makeraj itself, going by the name cloud computing. So now they're calling it as Makeraj. Okay, so it is known as Makeraj to make use of cloud computing for effective delivery of e-services across the government spectrum. Across government services, to provide e-delivery of services. So I think you should be able to understand the advantages of Makeraj. Correct? No? See, on-demand service, metered service, elasticity. For example, take Zomato or Swiggy. Okay, e-delivery of, so not e-delivery, sorry, food delivery. Okay, for food delivery services. Now, with Zomato, don't you have on-demand service? Whenever you make a demand, whenever you place an order, that is when it is provided. So service is offered on demand. Metered service. How much you order for, it is in your hand. 1 dosa beka, 2 dosa beka, 10 dosa beka, whatever it is, you will demand. So you will be charged accordingly or you will be provided accordingly. Similarly, elasticity. Today I have dosa, doesn't mean tomorrow also I need to have dosa. Tomorrow early morning, if I want, I can have idli, vada, whatever it is. I can change it. So don't I have elasticity? Correct? Then optimum utilization of existing infrastructure. I can choose from any hotel that I have. So I will give them opportunity entire month. Correct? From one hotel to another hotel to another hotel, to another hotel. So that is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so this has many advantages. For example, take your Bangalore one. Okay, so Bangalore one centers are distributed across Bangalore. Okay, so Bangalore one will offer many services. It could be with respect to BBMPs, BESCOM, BWSSB, what else? Passport services they offer, traffic receipts you can pay, Aadhaar card, several other servers. Okay, now each and every, some of these applications are provided by different institutions like BWSSB, BBMP, BESCOM, there are different institutions. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you have to install a specific software in each and every computer. Imagine across Bangalore, going and sitting in each and every Bangalore one center, sitting in front of each and every computer and installing it. Instead, from centralized one center, make a program which will accommodate for everyone, make it available over the internet. Then what is it? You need system, you need internet access in every Bangalore one center. Correct? As long as you have Bangalore one center, as long as you have access to internet, you should be able to access it. Tomorrow, if you have to update the software, does it mean that you have to go and sit in each and every computer of Bangalore one and then update the software? No. You just updated it, that centralized center, automatically that updated version should be available in each and every system. For example, some softwares or programs have requirements, like it needs 4 GB RAM to run. It needs 1.6 or 1.8 megahertz, sorry, what is it called? Processing speed. What is it called? Gigahertz of processing speed of your computer. Will have physical requirements. RAM ishtirbeku, processing speed ishtirbeku, or else it won't run on the system. That requirement is also not there. Plus, if you want BESCOM service, only BESCOM service will be offered to you. If you want passport service, only passport service will be offered to you. So, such on-demand service, whatever you demand for is available, only that is available. How much ever you want, whatever you want, you're making the best use of infrastructure available. I'm just giving an example for this so that you are able to understand the advantages of making use of cloud computing even in government services. Correct? I hope you're able to understand now. DigiLocker. Okay, so centralized it is offered. I think that will also be cloud itself. DigiLocker. I hope everyone makes use of DigiLocker, or else it is a big headache carrying every marks card, DL, Aadhaar, everything. What I say is everything should be linked to one number. For example, Aadhaar. If you put in your Aadhaar number, I mean, checks and balance should be there. That is there. But I'm saying if you put in Aadhaar number, all your vehicles registered in your name, all properties registered in your name, all marks card, everything should be automatically available. But I'm saying that DigiLocker, only you can access it. Not everyone can access it. I'm saying that, for example, something like that, it should be more convenient and easy. Correct. So hopefully, I don't know if they'll do it or not do it.